What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Blazers Uprise Live here on a Monday. Today, we're going to talk about the one player that the Blazers need to target at this year's NBA trade deadline. Well, maybe they should have more than one target, but this guy is a guy that I would love to see in a Portland Trail Blazer uniform. I'll tell you who that is. After picks against the spread, today we have every NBA team in action. We're going to be picking 15 NBA games. Okay, so this is going to be a lot of fun. There's games tipping off every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes. Hopefully at some point in the stream, Eric will be able to join us. I'm not sure when. But yeah, we got a full slate of games and we got a fun topic for this stream, so I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are having a good start to your week. And with all that being said, let's not waste any time. Let's jump into things by taking a look at the picks against the spread standings. Now, Eric has been doing very well, 18-7 up there in number one. You got Javon at number 2, 15-9, 2.5 back of Eric. I'm at 3, 15-10. Things are still relatively close. Overall, we're 168 and 152. Last Thursday, we were 43 and 22. It was a really good day for us. Crushables, after being in first on the first day and then last in the second day, went 5-0. So now he's back in the middle, tied for 7th with Steven Vaughn. Now, let's jump into game number 1. You have the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. The Cavs undefeated 7-0, looking phenomenal so far this season. They're 8.5-point home favorites. By the way, I did not have time for any money line or over-under down there, so if you see anything, just disregard it. Putting together 15 different graphics for these games last night was tough, and I barely had time to edit them today. But we will get you the chat poll, and hopefully somebody in chat. Brendan, can you share the link to look at injuries, and I will read them off. All right, and then I have a bunch of people that sent in their picks. New mods, Tori. Brendan and Javon are helping out with social media this season. We still haven't fully launched what we're trying to do with social media, but they're going to be helping us out, so they get honorary moderatorship and get to participate in picks against the spread. Anyway, it is always a little rough without having Eric here to run everything. It's always a challenge, but I will do my best. We got the background music to kill any dead air we have. But chat, there is your poll. Brendan, yes, please post the injuries in chat. I greatly appreciate it. Out for the Cavs is Max Strus. Out for the Bucks is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm going to take the Cavs. They've been dominant so far this year. The Bucks have really, really struggled. And let me grab my phone and I will read off the rest of the picks. In chat, we have Brendan and Javon. Javon going Bucks, Brendan going Cavs. And by the way, we will tie some things like on post-game shows. Me and Eric doing a dare to see, who does worse. Somebody has to do something sort of thing. We're going to have a lot of fun with this segment all year long. Let me take a look at my many screenshots that I got going on. We got Bucks for Eric. We got Cavs for Arrow. We got Bucks for Zach. We have Bucks for Jackson. We have Bucks for 503. We have Cavs for Steven and Cavs for Crushables. By the way, if you want to double down this game and you're picking in chat, let me know as soon as possible. As this game tips off very shortly. We're missing Trevin. We're missing Connor. Trevin is there with the Cavs. And Connor, as always, is late. We got a 50-50 vote in chat poll, so next vote decides the thing. So if you have not voted in the chat poll, vote in the chat poll. And then we will move on. Eric says if the Bucks don't cover, I'm never picking them again this year. Chat's picking them with you, Eric. They're also going Bucks. Bucks with no Giannis, pretty tough. He was announced out about an hour and a half ago. So anyway, No Connor. If somebody could get in contact with Connor, that'd be great, because I'm not going to chase him down. We got a split vote, 6 versus 6 for this one. Alrighty. Game number 2. You have the Washington Wizards hosting the Golden State Warriors. As I said, disregard the money line and over-under. I did not have time for that today. The Warriors, though, 11-point road favorites. Brendan has me covered with the injuries in chat. And I got chat covered with the chat poll. Warriors, of course, playing great basketball this year. The Wizards have already won a couple games. Chat, there's your poll. Don't vote in it if you want to know injuries, but you guys, a lot of times will just vote right away, so that's completely fine. Do what you want. As far as picks for this game, we have, one second. We got Crushables going Warriors, Steven going Wizards. We got Warriors for 503. We got Wizards for Jackson. We got Warriors for Zach. We got Warriors for Aeromancer. I'm also going to go Warriors. Eric is going with the Wizards. And then in chat, we have Wizards for Brendan and Javon. Trevin's going Warriors. All right. And then chat is going to go with the Golden State Warriors. So we got 5 for the Wizards, 7 so far for the Warriors, and a big fat 0 for Connor. Game number 3, you got the Detroit Pistons hosting the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers a 7-point road favorite. Hopefully you guys like the new top banner for these graphics as well. I think it's pretty clean. Gonna try and do something similarly themed with the logos down below, but it's a work in progress. Brendan says out for the Warriors is Melton, D'Anthony Melton. Out for the Wizards is Kyle Kuzma, Malcolm Brogdon, Sadiq Bey, and Marvin Bagley. Alrighty, so picks for this game. We got Eric going Pistons. We got Arrow. Well, let me get your... Oh, I already ended the chat poll. I ended the chat poll quick. Strange. I don't even remember ending it. No, that's the last one. I'm tripping, man. I'm tripping. Chat, let me get you your chat poll. This is the fun of this. Why did I do... No, it is the last one. Wait, what game are we on? Okay. Pistons and Wizards look almost identical, so it's tripping me out with these graphics. All right, we got Pistons versus Lakers. We got Lakers 7-point road favorite. Chat, here is your poll. And we got Connor in here. That's an accomplishment. Connor, please give me your picks for the first 2 games. Please post them in the Discord so we know. All right, Pistons, Lakers there on the chat poll. As I said, Eric, Pistons. I'm going to go Pistons. Aeromancer is going to go with the Lakers. We got Zach going Lakers. We got Jackson going Lakers. We got Lakers for 503. So everybody so far Lakers other than me and Eric. We got Lakers for Stephen Vaughn. I'm second guessing this pick, not going to lie, but we got Pistons for Crushables. And then in the chat, we got Lakers for Trevin, Brendan, Javon, and then Connor, please give me this pick for you. Thank you. Chat, it looks like, is going to go with the Lakers, 69% of the vote. And Connor will make his pick. Why are you guys going Pistons? Because they're 7-point underdogs at home. I just got a feeling it's going to be close. This is one of the games where everybody picks the favorite and then the underdog does better. Yes, I'm going down the list of BetUS, and also all these games tip at a different time, so whatever your list you're going off of should be fine. Alrighty. So Connor will make his pick after the fact, as always. Game number 4. We have the Atlanta Hawks hosting the Boston Celtics. The Celtics 6-1. The Celtics are a 10-point road favorite, a big road spread for the Celtics. Out for the Celtics, Jaylen Brown and Kristaps Porzingis. Out for the Hawks is Bogdan Bogdanovic, DeAndre Hunter, Kobe Buffkin, Seth Lundy, and Vit Krejci. Chat, there's your poll. Man, I don't know. I'm going to go Hawks. I'm just going to take the home team with the points. Crushable's going Hawks. We got Celtics for Steven. We got Celtics for 503. We got Celtics for Jackson. We got Hawks for Zach. We got Celtics for Arrow. And we got Hawks for Eric. Eric's been riding with the underdogs. All right, we got Hawks for Javon, Connor, and Brendan to bring it back for them. We got 4 on the Celtics. We got 7 on the Hawks. Chat is going Celtics 70% of the vote. By the way, if you don't know what it means to pick against a spread, chat, for you to get a win for this game, Boston has to win by 11 or more. If Boston wins by 9 or less, or Atlanta wins, you get a loss, right? So you're picking the spread line, not necessarily who wins the game. So Boston needs to clear that spread in order to be the correct pick. Otherwise, it's Hawks. Trevin also went Hawks. That's going to conclude game number 4. Whoops, wrong logo there. So we got 8 for Atlanta, 5 for Boston. Game number 5, we got the Brooklyn Nets hosting the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis is a 4.5-point road favorite. And I will read off the injuries when I get them delivered in the chat. The Nets beat the Grizzlies recently, if I recall correctly. So this is a rematch. A lot of early season rematches, which I don't really like. The Blazers today play the Pelicans for the 3rd time to start the season. Kind of strange. Out for Memphis is Desmond Bane, Cam Spencer, Marcus Smart, Gigi Jackson, Luke Kennard, and Vince Williams Jr. They're really banged up. And then out for the Nets is Bojan Bogdanovic, Day'Ron Sharpe, Noah Clowney, and Trendon Watford. Alrighty, so picks for this one. We have Nets for Eric. We have Nets for Arrow. We have Grizzlies for Zach. I'm going to go Grizzlies. Jackson is going Grizzlies. We got Grizzlies for 503. We got Nets for Steven. We got Grizzlies for Crushables. How much longer is Trent Watford out for? I am not sure. We got Grizzlies for the 4 people in chat. If you notice anything, we go very heavy on the favorite. That's been a theme in picks against the spread. Didn't really work out for us last year. We were below 500. Grizzlies, 58% of the chat poll. So we got 10 for Memphis. We got 3 for the Nets. Game number 6. We have the Miami Heat taking on the Sacramento Kings. This is a good one. The Heat are only 1-point home favorites. Out for the Kings is Devin Carter, who's going to be out for a while. Kevin Huerter and Orlando Robinson. Out for the Heat is Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Lake Oswego native Kevin Love. Chat, there is your poll. These are two teams that I expect in the play-in. I just don't really know what to think of the Heat. I'm going to take the Kings. Crushables is missing 2 games. All right. So we got Heat for Steven. We got Heat for 503. We got Kings for Jackson. We got Kings for Zach. Oh, Crushables went... I don't know. Okay. Aeromancer is Heat. We got Eric going Heat. And then as far as chat picks goes, we got Kings for Javon. We got Kings for Brendan. Heat for Trevin. Connor is also rolling with the Heat. Crushables is Kings. Chat, you guys like the Sacramento Kings. 89% of the vote. I am shocked by that percentage. Did not expect that high of a percentage on this one, as it's pretty much a split vote. You got 7 for the Kings, 6 for the Heat, but chat loves the Kings in this one. We'll see if it works out for them. Game number 7, you have the Chicago Bulls hosting the winless Utah Jazz, and the Bulls are 7.5-point home favorites. Injuries for this game. Out for the Jazz is Isaiah Collier, Jordan Clarkson, Larry Markkinen, and of course Taylor Hendricks. Hopefully he recovers well. And then out for the Bulls is Zach LaVine and Lonzo Ball. For me, just give me the points in this one with Zach LaVine being out for the Bulls. I think this might be where the Jazz get their first win of the season. Javon says Bucks look better without Giannis. That's interesting. We got Bulls for Javon. Crushables went with the Jazz. We got Jazz for Eric. We got Bulls for Arrow. We got Jazz for Zach. Jackson Bulls. Jazz for 503. We got Steven didn't pick this game. All right. What did I say Zach went? Zach went Jazz. Okay. Got Jackson. All right. Trevin Jazz, Connor Jazz. And Brendan went with the Chicago Bulls. Chat went Jazz. Chat went for an underdog. You got 4 for the Bulls. You got 9 for the Jazz. Steven Gets his pick in. I think he's working radio right now. He still gets his pick in. That means there's no excuse for any of you mods that don't get your picks in. All right. Although he just says, like, yeah, I just sit there. I think he downplays the work he has to do. Anyway, you got a 9v4 in favor of the Jazz. Game number 8. You got the Houston Rockets hosting the New York Knicks. The Knicks are 2-point road favorites. Out for the Knicks is Mitchell Robinson, Campaign, and Precious Achiuwa. Out for the Rockets is nobody. They are a healthy basketball team. So chat, there's your poll. I'm going to go Knicks. Jackson is Knicks. We got Knicks for Zach. We got Knicks for Arrow. Already heavy on the Knicks in this one. Eric is going Rockets. Feels like all of Eric's picks are against the grain today, funny enough. You got Jazz. No, not Jazz. Jazz aren't playing in this game. Also, Eric going against the grain. I mean, he's doing the best out of all of us. So either we gain on him or he builds his lead. Or something in the middle. We got Knicks for 503. We got Rockets for Stephen Vaughn. So no island for Eric. Crushables is Knicks. And as far as chat picks go, chat is liking the Knicks, 79% of the vote. We got Knicks for Javon. Do we have any Rockets? Brendan is Knicks. Trevin is Knicks. Connor is Rockets. That concludes game number 8 of 15. We got 3 votes on the Rockets here, and we got 10 on the Knicks. Game number 9, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves hosting the Charlotte Hornets. Let me get rid of these picks here. The Timberwolves are 10-point home favorites. Injuries for this game. We have, hold on, let me type this. Out for the Hornets is, I think that's Daquan Jeffries, Nick Richards, Brandon Miller is questionable. I don't remember who Williams is, but he's out. And then for the Wolves, Gobert is questionable. Chat, there's your poll. If you're just joining us, we're participating in picks against the spread. We're on game 9 of 15, and then we're going to talk about the player the Blazers must target at this upcoming trade deadline. Gobert is a game time decision. Oh, that's Mark Williams, of course, of course. If it was a more unique last name, I would have remembered. But it was hard to remember with it being a common one. All right. Funny enough, I have to make a... I do have to make a Timberwolves logo, so let me do that real quick. Alrighty. I'm just going to take the points, and I'm going to go Hornets. Crushables is going with the Timberwolves. We got Steven going Timberwolves. We got Timberwolves for 503. We got Hornets for Jackson. We got Timberwolves for Zach. We got Hornets for Arrow. We got Hornets for Eric. And then in chat, we got Hornets for Connor, Brendan, Trevin, and Javon. Chat is going with the no, it said Hornets, but it's a 50-50 vote. So next vote in the chat poll decides this thing, and we will move on. All right, Timberwolves for chat. Shout out to that tie-breaking vote. We have 5 picks for the Timberwolves, 8 for the underdog Charlotte Hornets. All right, next game, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're hosting the Orlando Magic. I already know the Magic are without Paolo Banchero, who was playing great to start the year. That's very unfortunate. That's part of the reason why OKC is a whopping 12.5-point home favorite. Wendell Carter Jr. is also out for the Magic. And then out for the Thunder is Kendrick Williams, Jalen Williams, Nikola Topic, and Isaiah Hartenstein. Chat, there is your poll. Trevin went Thunder. I am also going to go Thunder once I make them a freaking logo. Alrighty, there we go. I am fast with it. Okay, OKC for me, Trevin, Eric, Arrow, Zach. It's basically just a roll call. Everybody going Thunder. We got Magic for Jackson, though. Whoops, that is a Lakers logo. There we go. Magic for Jackson. We got Magic for 503. We got Magic for Steven. And we got Magic for Crushables, bringing it back to 5v4. We got Thunder for Brendan and Connor, and Magic for Javon. Chat is going Thunder 67% of the vote. So you got 5 picks for Orlando, 8 for OKC. We got 5 games left. Next game is your Portland Trail Blazers heading into New Orleans. New Orleans is a 2.5-point home favorite, not a 25-point home favorite. That's crazy. Okay, I will fix that. I will fix that. 2.5-point home favorite. Your Blazers aren't that bad, chat, okay? Connor says, yes, the 25-point spread. Yeah, 25-point spread is crazy, man. All right, there. Should update in a second. All right, injuries for this game. The Portland Trail Blazers are without Shaedon Sharpe and Matisse Thybulle, but Robert Williams III is probable to make his season debut. So we'll see if Klingon plays. It's going to be interesting. And then out for the Pelicans, they are banged up, which is why this is only a 2.5-point spread. They're without their backcourt of DeJounte Murray and CJ McCollum. They're also without Herb Jones and Trey Murphy, and then Zion is questionable. So the Blazers are the healthier team in this one. I'm going to, I guess, go with Portland. Chat, your poll is in the chat. Yeah, I guess I'll go with Portland. We got, let's see here. We got, I need this game from Crushables, actually, so I will move on from him. Steven is going with the Blazers. Also, this is his double down, believe it or not. Steven is feeling the Blazers today. We got Pelicans for 503. We got Pelicans for Jackson. Whoops, I'm putting the wrong team. Okay, there we go. Zach is going Blazers. Arrow is going Blazers. Crushables is going Blazers. And we got Eric going with the Blazers as well. Picks from chat. We got Blazers for Connor, Javon, Brendan, and still waiting on Trevin. Chat is going Blazers, 62% of the vote. So we're all going to be pissed off if the Blazers sell today, other than Jackson and 503. Although they might be mad just because it's the Blazers. All right, game 12. We only got 4 games left. In this one, you got Dallas hosting Indiana. Dallas is a 5-point home favorite. Out for the Pacers. Brendan is super quick with these injuries. I love it, man. I love it. Out for the Pacers is Aaron Nesmith and why am I forgetting Jackson's first name? Wiseman is also out, and then Andrew Nembhard is questionable. Out for the Mavs is Dante Exum and Maxi Kleba. Isaiah Jackson, man, shame on me. All right, so chat, there is your poll. Indiana's really struggled to start the year. I'm gonna go with Dallas. All right, we got Mavs for Javon, Brendan, Trevin, and Connor. We got Pacers for Eric. We got Mavericks for Arrow. We got Mavs for Zach. We got Mavs for Jackson. We got Mavs for 503. Could this be an Eric Island? Nope. Because Steven is going Pacers. And then Crushables is going Mavs. And chat is going Mavs as well. So Eric and Steven against the world. You'll love to see it. Game number 13. You have the Denver Nuggets hosting the Toronto Raptors. Denver is an 11-point home favorite. I'm just going to put my pick in before even thinking about it. All right. And then out for the Raptors is Bruce Brown. He won't be making his return to Denver. They're also without Kelly Olynyk and Scotty Barnes. And then Emmanuel Quickley is doubtful to play. And then out for the Nuggets is Jamal Murray and Rashawn Holmes. All right, picks for this game. We got Raptors for Crushables. We got Nuggets for Stephen Vaughn. We got Nuggets for 503. We got Raptors for Jackson. Zach is Nuggets. We got Arrow going Raptors. Eric is going Raptors. And then as far as chat goes, we got Raptors for Brendan, Trevin, Javon, and Connor. I feel like you guys have been voting very similarly. So we only got 3 for the Nuggets so far, but chat is going Nuggets because chat loves them a double-digit favorite. All right, we got 4 on the Nuggets. Second to final game, we have the Phoenix Suns hosting the Philadelphia 76ers. The Suns 7-point home favorites in this one. All right. Out for Philly is Joel Embiid, but Paul George is questionable. He might make his Sixers debut. And then for the Suns, they have one player on the injury report. That is Bradley Beal, who is questionable. I hate picking Suns games. I never know what to do. If Paul George plays, I like the Sixers. If he doesn't, I like the Suns. But gotta make a decision right now. All right. Eric is Sixers. We got Aeromancer Suns. Zach is Sixers. Jackson is Suns. We got 503 Suns. Steven Suns. And Crushables is Sixers. Alrighty. Javon says Suns with a question mark. He's not confident. Trevin says Suns. Brendan and Connor say Sixers. God, this is just a gross one. This is just a gross one. Chat is going Suns. You know what? I'm gonna go Sixers, and it's gonna be wrong. But at least we can bring Eric down a notch. So you got 7 for the Suns, 6 for the Sixers, and then the final game of the day is the Los Angeles Clippers hosting the San Antonio Spurs. The Clippers are 4-point home favorites in this one. Out for the Spurs is Devin Vassell and Trey Jones. Out for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, Mo Bamba, and PJ Tucker. Chat, there is your poll. All right. Crushables is Clippers. We got Steven Spurs. We got 503 going Clippers. We have Jackson going Spurs. We have Zach going Spurs. We have Arrow going Spurs. We have Eric going Spurs. I'm also going to go Spurs. We got Spurs for Javon, Trevin, Connor, and Brendan. Next vote will break the tie for chat. And chat is going Spurs. 55% of the vote. And now it's time for our double downs. These count as 2 wins or 2 losses. Eric is doubling down on the Spurs. I also am doubling down on the Spurs. Just like last game, I'm going to let it ride again with the San Antonio Spurs. It's getting dark, so my light's changing because I actually have a window in here. So we'll turn on the light. We got Grizzlies for Connor, Knicks for Javon. We got Warriors for Aeromancer. We got Kings for Zach. We got Grizzlies for Jackson. Knicks for 503. We got Blazers, as I said earlier, for Stephen Vaughn. Crushables is doubling down on the Mavericks. The fun part about having a bunch of games is you get a bunch of random double downs, different double downs. Trevin is Thunder, Brendan is Grizzlies. Although for as many games as there are, we do got 3 people on the Grizzlies, 2 on the Knicks, and 2 on the Spurs. What was chat's double down, by the way? It was Kings, wasn't it? Kings got like 90% of the vote. Correct me if that's wrong, but chat, Kings for their double down. So me and Eric are together with the Spurs, Jackson, Connor, Brendan going Grizzlies, Javon and 503 going with the Knicks, and then everybody else is on their own. Trevin, OKC, Arrow is Golden State, Crushables is Dallas, Steven is Blazers, and chat are the Sacramento Kings. Yeah, Kings got 88% of the vote. That was a surprising vote. Anyway, that is going to conclude Picks Against the Spread. One last look at the standings after a pretty uneventful Thursday where mostly everyone did well. We'll see if Jackson can bounce back today. We'll see what Crushables does because he's either crushing it or doing terribly. Like he was 0 for 9 2 streams ago. Then he went 5-0. So feast or famine for him. And we'll see if somebody can knock off Eric, because with how many games there are, there is a chance to make up some serious ground on Eric. And that is going to conclude Picks Against the Spread. Now, I want to talk about the one player the Portland Trail Blazers should trade for. Or should target, let's say that, at this upcoming NBA trade deadline. And it comes off the heels of a tweet by somebody I follow. His name is Evan Sidery. Sorry if I messed up the last name. I don't exactly know how to pronounce it. But there is a player that I've had my eye on for a while. All right. And he was a top 10 pick. And when he got drafted, the thought was, okay, he's going to a rebuilding team. He'll get a chance to play. That rebuilding team is not a rebuilding team. That rebuilding team has playoff aspirations and also traded for a star player at his position. This player is currently in their second year, playing 9 minutes per game, but looked good in Summer League. His name is Jarris Walker. Now, we talked a lot about Jarris Walker leading up to the trade deadline last year when we were talking about a potential prospect that the Blazers could trade Jeremy Grant for. However, the Pacers did not move him, and the Blazers did not move Jeremy Grant. So we can literally have all those conversations yet again with Jeremy Grant and Jarris Walker. Now, with how bad Grant is struggling the past few games, it's tough to see him having value unless he picks up his play from last year. Hopefully he can, because the Blazers ultimately need to get value for Jeremy Grant. Jarris Walker is the type of prospect that fits the Blazers' MO, the type of player that the Blazers have acquired in the past 6 months. The 2 guys that they acquired recently were Donovan Clingan and Denny Avdia. Both guys really good defensive players, some offensive upside, but can really pass the ball as well. And also have some good physical tools for their position, good size, that sort of thing. Jarris Walker is ripped, man. He's a strong dude, and he's the type of player that I could see the Blazers taking a liking to if they're just trying to build a team with two-way players with playmaking upside and some offensive upside. Now, the Blazers' biggest struggle so far this season is their lack of three-point shooting. And it was a problem last year. The Blazers were the worst team in the NBA shooting the three ball last season. Coming into the league, Jarace Walker wasn't thought of as a shooter. It was actually thought of that would be one of his skills that he would need to improve the most. However, last season, in 33 games, playing 10 minutes a game, averaging 1.7 three-point attempts per game, Jarace Walker shot 40% from three. He also had some really good three-point shooting games in Summer League. And of course, you should not put too much stock into Summer League. However, when Jarace Walker has gotten an opportunity at lower levels, whether it's Summer League, G League, he's looked really, really good. And he just can't get a chance to play for Indiana because they got Pascal Siakam at his position. They're playing Isaiah Jackson, who can swing up to the 5 a little bit easier. They lack center depth right now without James Wiseman. Now, maybe that's an opportunity for the Blazers to step in and provide some center depth with Robert Williams III. I know some people say, oh, what about DeAndre Ayton? The Pacers were the team that gave him that max contract that the Phoenix Suns eventually matched and then gave to the Portland Trail Blazers. The Pacers are responsible for the money that the Blazers are paying Ayton right now. So surely the Pacers, considering they gave him that offer sheet, would want DeAndre Ayton, right? I don't think that's true because the Pacers were rebuilding and now they're a playoff team. I mean, they made the Eastern Conference Finals last year, so they're in a completely different state and mindset than they were just a couple of years ago. Also, making the money work is not easy, and I don't think there's anybody the Pacers would want to trade to match salary for the DeAndre Ayton contract. And that doesn't even get into the conversation about, okay, is it a player that the Blazers want? Is it a prospect that the Blazers like? So I don't think Oh, Eric wants to come on? All right, Eric, you can come on. We got like 10 minutes left in the stream, and I'll get your thoughts on this. Funny how you come home right when I'm done with picks. What's going on, Eric? I just let him hear the Skype ringtone and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about Jarace Walker. Good luck today in picks, by the way. Let me hide this. Let me pull up your camera. There you go. And my camera. There we go.
Or horrible timing. Didn't get to help you with picks at all.
It's all good. It's all good. I also got to take a call, but give me your thoughts on Jarace Walker, and I'll be back.
Obviously, I was a big Jarace Walker fan coming out of college. I thought at the time he went to a good situation, but obviously they got Obi Toppin and some other players that are kind of similar skill set. So he has been out of the rotation. When he's had a chance to play in things like Summer League, preseason, stuff like that, he's looked pretty good in my opinion. Potentially a breakout two-way player that obviously most teams need. So I don't know if they would be willing to trade him, but if he is available, I completely agree with you that the Blazers should go for it. I might even, outside of Denny and Timani, I'm pretty much okay with including, I guess I include Repair in there. I always forget about him. But outside of those three, I pretty much include any of our forwards in that deal. I'd be fine if they wanted Chris or Jabari Walker. I'd be fine including them in the deal. But yeah, I think he would be a huge upgrade over those Jabari and Chris Murray type players, and with potential to push some of our starters for minutes, especially on a team where he would probably get more of a chance. Tory's important businessman. So yeah. Could we get rid of Matisse, says Chris S? That would be the dream. The problem is the Pacers don't have a lot of good salaries to trade. Yeah, I get Obi just signed that contract. Wiseman is on a minimum 1 year deal, right? Or maybe it's got an option. What did Obi sign for? 3 or 4 years? What is it like? I'm getting confused with the mock-off season. I got to look up his contract. Spot track is the best sport contracts nowadays. All right. Yeah. So we signed.
All right, I'm back. So give me your summary. So I think Jarris Walker isn't okay. I gotta take another call. My goodness, this is my life, Eric. When I'm not streaming, by the way.
Yeah, 4 years, $58 million for Obi Toppin. I would rather not take Toppin just because. I mean, maybe you find a third team for him to go to. I just don't think you need another guy like that if you're getting Walker, because he's one of the reasons why Walker isn't playing. So, although I think Obi would be a pretty good fit with Scoot and what we're trying to do with a more up-tempo offense, I'd probably try to find another team for him in that situation. But I don't think he can be traded until, I believe he's a January 15th guy. So we'd have to wait 3 months still, or no, 2.5 more months to trade it. It's just December 15th. We're just trying to look at contracts for the Pacers, and people have mentioned Obi Toppin. But I don't want that type of forward if we're getting Jarris Walker. So I was trying.
Yeah, I mean you'd flip them. Yeah, see what team would want them. Absolutely.
Yep. Tristan keeps mentioning RJ Barrett. I don't think Barrett's a good fit with our lack of shooting. I know he's been kind of a mixed bag in his career shooting wise. Sometimes he's looked good, sometimes he hasn't. But he's another one of those guys who has looked better when he has more of an opportunity to be on ball than off ball, and I don't want to have those type of players here in Portland. I want more off ball shooting types than on ball driver types, slasher types.
I like Jarris because I have hope that he could be a good spot up shooter. He's looked good G League, Summer League, shooting the 3 ball, some off the dribble, some catch and shoot. His form looks fine.
Yeah.
So I never really got into why I think the Blazers should trade for Jarris Walker. If you're the Blazers, if you trade your veterans, you're looking for upside, right? You're looking for somebody that can help you down the line. And if you're trying to build an identity of we got guys that are hard-nosed, can play defense, can do some things offensively, can pass the ball, then I feel like Jarris Walker fits really well into that, the Denny Avdia type of mold, the Klingon type of mold. They're developing Tamani into a little bit more of a playmaker and passer, right? So, hopefully Scoot can figure it out defensively. And if that's the identity you're building towards, I think Jarris Walker just naturally fits into that, but also I like his offensive upside on top of that, where maybe he could be something more than you expect. And maybe he can be, a starting level offensive player that he has some passing flashes at Houston. Hasn't gotten any opportunity to tap into those, right? So it's just what can you tap into with him? What can you turn him into? And being able to get an asset that good with that much upside that should at least factor in as a role player for Jeremy Grant is probably the best type of asset that you can expect at the deadline. So that's why I think Jarris Walker makes a ton of sense for the Blazers.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So we'll see, man. I mean, we had this, I said before you came on, we had this conversation last year, and the Pacers still got Jarris Walker, the Blazers still got Jeremy Grant, so it's kind of the exact same conversation.
Yeah, I think they had a little bit easier time trading for someone like Grant. But yeah,
But
I completely
if
agree
they
with you
want,
that Ayton isn't on the table anymore for them.
oh
They've
yeah,
been happy with Miles Turner, and they could use the depth, but that would be a really awkward fit with him and Turner.
it would be Robert Williams would be the. I could
Yeah.
see them actually having a ton of interest in Robert Williams because they need defensive help. So, can you package like? Do they want Grant too? Can you do something like Grant and Robert Williams? The salary though is really tough to figure out how exactly they make up that difference.
Yeah.
So, Robert Williams and maybe I don't know. I feel like Jarris Walker is too rich on the Pacers end for Robert Williams. Like the Blazers would have to give up more in order to get an asset like Jarris Walker for an often injured Robert Williams III. But can you add something to that the Pacers would like that maybe you could get in the door for Jarris Walker, right?
Thibault?
Yeah, I mean, Thibault doesn't get it done, unfortunately. So, I mean, and it could be Jeremy Grant to a third team, right? And Robert Williams to Indiana, and that third team also trades an asset or something to Indiana. So Indiana is getting Robert Williams plus something. And you turn Jeremy Grant and Robert Williams into Jarris Walker, and then maybe you're able to extract another asset out of one of the two teams. And maybe that's your trade. And if it's an expiring contract, like at least you're getting off Jeremy Grant and Robert Williams' money. You're saving a ton of money next offseason. Jarris Walker's on a rookie contract, and then for all the reasons I said, would be a good addition to this rebuild. That's the type of trade I would like to see the Blazers make.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% on board with that.
Yep. So, anyway, appreciate you hopping on for a little bit. We're going to be live later tonight with the post-game show. And then we got a couple days off. A couple chaotic days off. So we'll be live tonight, members night on the main channel. Make sure you go check that out. The Blazers tip off in only 2 hours. And I got some things to do before then, so gotta wrap up this stream. But
hour and a half, right?
Oh, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Damn, man. I got stuff to do. So Blazers tip off at 6:30. We'll see if they can get the job done against the Pelicans. And we'll have you covered on the post-game show. Anything else, Eric?
No, thanks for having me on for a minute. Hello, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. Hope to see you on the postgame.
Yep, appreciate you guys. We'll catch you later tonight. Shout out to BetUS. It's going to be fun to see how picks against the spread go with a bunch of NBA games today. Also on the post-game show, I'm going to have Gonzaga and Baylor on in the background because that's my Gonzaga Bulldogs, and we get to watch VJ Edgecombe because college basketball starts today in full. So super excited for that.
Yeah, already got my DVR full with recordings tonight. So although there's not too many, there's just that game and Texas plays someone interesting, or Ohio State or something like that. Other than that, it's a bunch of like really good teams versus crappy teams. But yeah, I'll take 2 big games at least tonight. So that's cool.
Yep. So we'll have a lot to talk about on the post-game show. Hopefully we can catch you there. Hopefully you guys have a good evening, and we'll see if the Blazers can beat the Pelicans as 2.5-point underdogs. We'll see if Klingon plays tonight. Anyway, we're out here. We'll catch you next time. Until then, as always, peace out. Go Blazers.